of all, thank you, Mr. Fair, for taking time to talk to us about your work. Are there other places than the Cooper Union and the Smithsonian Magazine where we can see your photographs on display?
Well, we're actually very excited that the photographs will be exhibited at the Jimmy Carter Library in Atlanta, starting right at the beginning of July. And San Francisco Airport has a running exhibit which will feature the pictures. And there's an exhibit in Bonn, and I'm also very excited in Stavanger, Norway, which happens to be the home of the Norwegian oil industry, Statoil most specifically, and of course Statoil is one of the big players in the Catskill hydrofracking. So I'll have both a lecture and an exhibit in Stavanger, Norway.
Well, if we have the money, we'll come and see it. I've read that you began taking pictures at age 14. You moved from a teen taking pictures to a photographer in demand in New York City, and indeed the world over. This is not a journey that most boys with a camera get to take. Could you tell us a little about how that came about?
Well, I consider myself to have been very lucky in my career. It's very hard in the United States for one to be an artist of any sort. So, and I think that the path to success in the arts especially, or any freelance endeavor, is first you got to be good at what you do. Second, you've got to network and then get lucky with network connections. And the third thing that I find to be really vital is to be ready. So when someone in a magazine says, oh yeah, we like your pictures, send us some JPEGs to consider for our next publication, you've got to be ready with those JPEGs and do it the next day. And these three things I think have been, and I guess most important, you have to decide that that's what you absolutely have to do to be an artist. Because let's face it, in this country, if you can do something else, you should.
Did you have any formal training at any of the parts of photography that have come your way?
No, not per se. I've just been doing it for, I mean, I have a naturally technical mind, and photography is a technical art. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing it since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And I actually view myself as much as anything as a data collector and correlator. I really collect, photography happens to be just one of the types of data I collect about all of these things.
Well, you've made a highly respected name for yourself in portraiture and photographing people from all walks of life, both people who are unknown and people who are very well known. How did you come to turn your camera on the scenes that show the consequences of industrialization?
I've always been fascinated with the beauty of the machines that man has built, and that segue. And also, I'm fascinated by the societal significance of ruins of all. And though these seem quite disparate, they come together, and that. And my concern, and maybe first my concern for the environment, and then those two artistic inclinations led me to making these images of the detritus of our consumer society.
And you just made the point about integrating the scenes of industrial.
The beauty of the machines that man makes. I mean, in some way, a giant bucket wheel excavator is a work of art. Mm-hmm. These giant things that, I mean, as horrible as its function is, a drill rig, an offshore drill rig, is a work of art. So that, and they're beautiful mm-hmm. in a certain way, mm-hmm. if you. And so I've always leaned towards photographing those things, and also the decay of civilization I find very interesting. Rotting buildings and those photographic tendencies with my environmental awareness led to the making of this body of work.